الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال يا بني لا تقصص رؤياك على إخوتك فيكيدوا لك كيدا إن الشيطان للإنسان عدو مبين. Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam says to his son Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam that, "O my beloved son, do not narrate your dream to your brothers, otherwise they will make some evil plans against you, very severe plan. فَيَكِيدُوا لَكَ كَيْدًا." In Arabic, this is called maf'ul mutlaq. It shows emphasis. To make a very severe planning against you, O Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. And then, إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ لِلْإِنسَانِ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. Shaitan definitely is an open enemy for human beings. So, here the ulama say that Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam, after seeing Yusuf alayhi salam, hearing the dream, and before that also, Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam had a fitri, natural love for Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam because of the sifat and qualities of Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. So they say that when parents, when they making tarbiyat of their children, bringing them up, they must always keep in mind that it must not happen that love for one child puts the other children in fitna and puts them in some kind of trial and tribulation. The father definitely has love for all his children, but there are certain children who got certain qualities in them. So a natural love develops in the father, which he has much more compared to the other children. So there is nothing wrong also with a person having this extra love. But the only thing, a person must not make it apparent, and he must outwardly he must show equality to all, even though he might automatically have love for one more than the other. They say that normally parents got love for all of the children, whether the child is handsome, whether the child is not so good looking, whether the child is weak, whether the child is healthy. One minister, one king asked the minister one day that tomorrow you must bring me a very handsome child. So the next day the minister brought his own child, and this child wasn't very handsome looking, very nice looking. So the king asked him, "Is this the only child you could find which you regard as beautiful?" So the minister said, "Oh king, if you look with my eyes, then there isn't anybody more beautiful and more handsome than my child." Once Hassan radiallahu anhu, he asked his daughter that, "From all your children, who do you have the most amount of love for?" So she gave a very amazing answer. She said, "The small child, as long as he doesn't get big; the child who is absent, as long as he doesn't return; and the child who is sick, as long as he doesn't become healthy." So this is as a mother, automatically a smaller child, a mother will have more love for. The one who is far away, the shafqat and the compassion and the du'as of the mother is much more, and the one who is sick, the mother will have much more love for that child. That doesn't mean she doesn't have love for the others, but fitrat and Allah Ta'ala has made it such that you love your children more. But Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam taught us, especially the example, a person is giving gifts, then give all of them equally. One Sahabi came to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam and said, "O Nabi of Allah, I want to give my one child a gift." Nabi said, "Have you given all your other children a gift?" He said, "No, I've only given this child." And he wanted Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam to bear witness that he's giving the child a gift. So Nabi sallallahu got very angry with him. He said, "Go make somebody else. I won't do so. Do you want your children to love you equally? Then why are you being unfair to them? You're giving one more than the other one." So the way there's necessity, obviously then there's nothing wrong with it. But generally when a person is giving gifts, etc., then the boys and the girls also must be given equally. They also sometimes a father will only give the boys and he won't give his girls. This is incorrect. Yes, in inheritance, the boy gets double of what the girl gets, but normally while you are alive and you're giving gifts also, equality must be given to all of the children. So this is one important principle. Obviously, if there is one child who is going through financial difficulties and you are helping and assisting because of that day, but make it known to the others so that nobody feels bad and they don't have this evil thought about a person. This is one amazing point they have written. So they say also similarly, then Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam told his son that do not express your dream to your other brothers. So this is similarly, if people, as I mentioned yesterday, that if a person he knows that the other people don't mind, there's no fear of there's safety, there's no fear of fitna happening, then to make apparent your ni'mat and bounty, there's nothing wrong with it. But when a person makes apparent his ni'mat and bounty, he'll lead a person towards problems. Then in this way, it is better for a person to conceal his ni'mat and bounty. In today's time, especially, if how many people will be jealous of another person. Therefore, it is better for a person to have a low profile. Shaytaan is looking for these opportunities to create hasad and jealousy in the hearts of people and to destroy people. Inshallah, tomorrow we will discuss a bit more about jealousy, which is normally found. And one other point the ulama mentioned, that فَيَكِيدُوا لَكَ كِيدًا. Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam is bringing up his child. But what Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam is telling his child, that he, after explaining to him that, don't express your dream to your brothers, Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam explains to him why. He said, because your brothers will make some evil planning against you. They will try to cause harm to you. So they say, when a person also explain to people why you are doing so, this is how Islam will take place. That so many a person will, if you don't tell a person, we just expect a person to listen. And just today, a person just hits his child. He says, you have to do this here. So a person now, he doesn't know what's the reason why a person, his father is telling him. So one thing is, a person has to try to explain. Inshallah, when a person explains, one is by force, a person does something, he will only do it in front of you. But one is when a person starts understanding himself. This was a small child, 7 years old. But Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam is explaining to him that, my son, this is why you must do it, and this is the reason why I'm telling you. So sometimes when a person just becomes violent and he hits a person and he uses force, this doesn't actually lead for a person to accept. Outwardly he will accept a person, but as a child grows older, then his baghawat, the stubbornness comes into a child. And very often then a child now, he starts opposing the parents, he starts going against the parents. Now they can't control the child at that time. When you were small still, it was easy to control him, but he never understood. So look how beautifully Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam is telling his child that, my child, listen, you must do this here, but this is the reason why I'm explaining this to you. This is for your own benefit. I'm doing it. And then after that, Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam was so intelligent, he didn't just leave it at that now Yusuf alayhi salam will have enmity for his brothers. But he explained to him that, no, inna shaytana lil insani aduwwun mubin. Shaytan is an open enemy for human beings. He's not actually your brother, but when they will hear these bounties which Allah has given you, then automatically they will have enmity in their heart. Shaytan will come and put enmity in the heart of a person, and now he will create this ill feeling amongst you people, and this is what eventually it will lead to. The Mashaykh have mentioned a beautiful point here. They say, whenever you want to cover up for the fault of somebody else, then you must always put Shaytan in the picture. The Shaytan is the one who will cause fitna. Inna Shaytan yanzaghu bainahum. At the end of the story, Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, he doesn't put the blame on his brothers. He says, Shaytan was the one who caused me and you to cause trouble between us. So he also, Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam, is putting the blame on Shaytan. So when you are speaking on somebody else's behalf, somebody has made a mistake, then rather say Shaytan did it. But when you're speaking for yourself, then don't try to cover up and justify it. Shaytan was the one, and then say, I did it. I was the one who made a mistake. I was the one who made an error. Now you don't put the blame on Shaytan, because Shaytan himself on the day of Qiyamah, he'll tell the people, فَلَا تَلُومُونِي وَلُومُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Don't put the blame on me. You put the blame on yourself. I never forced you people. I just encourage you people. So for looking at other people, because this removes fitna. For example, somebody comes, they've done wrong to you, and they say, you know what, I know Shaytan was the one who instigated you, but I make you maaf. So immediately that person now also, he won't feel so bad. Yeah, Shaitan was the one who instigated me. So in this way you will quell a fitna, you will quell a problem. So when you are speaking about other people, then you use Shaitan, and you put Shaitan as the blame. But when you're speaking about yourself, then you must be ready to take on our own mistakes. I made a mistake, I made an error, I have done wrong. So this is also another point that the ulama mentioned. So look at Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam. He first told Yusuf alayhi salam what he must do. Then Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam told him the reason why am I telling you to do this here. And then Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam, to stop the fitna also, he put the blame on Shaitan. The Shaitan is our open enemy. He is the one who is causing. Your brother is not your enemy, but it's because of human nature. Shaitan will come and instigate them against you. That is why I'm telling you this. So don't have hatred for your brothers. So in a very beautiful way, it's such a short ayat, but so many beautiful points that ulama have taken from here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us true understanding. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi.